$500 billion. That's the amount of money that businesses can save if they allowed the people that can telecommute to telecommute. $500 billion across the United States. Can you imagine that? As a technology company, of course we would have a small fraction of that, but still, how much would we save if we would now allow our technology workers to work remotely? The opportunity is immense. We work in technology. Let's eat our own dog food and actually enable our technology workers to work remotely, because that's what we're promoting, that's what we're developing. We're developing solutions that will benefit others with the technology that we use. A typical business per person, according to a study by the Global Workplace Analytics Company, can save $11,000 per year per person. That's a combination of whether it be office space, whether it be cost of maintaining the office, the rent involved. All those things can be saved by the company that's enabling its technology workers or workers in general to work remotely. That's one of the benefits that I found in my research about telecommuting. And the research that I did mainly was through online resources that were available, of studies from Stanford, Global Workplace Analytics. Staples has done research on that as well. There's any number of resources online of research that has been conducted. Another interesting point, and I'll take this as from a personal perspective as well. It's been studied by Stanford that 13% more productivity is available for people that work remote. And also, there's a 50% less likely chance that a person will quit. And I take it from a personal perspective because the times that I have worked remotely, I actually feel that, okay, I have an idea at the end of the day. If it's 5 o'clock, I'm in the office, you know what? It's 5 o'clock, I got kids I gotta take care of. I need to take my daughter to tumbling class or to fencing class. I gotta go. But, and I've experienced this personally, if I'm working at home, then you know what? I have this opportunity to work at home. I have an idea to solve this problem. Let me work on it later after I bring my girl back from class at 8 o'clock p.m. Something that I wouldn't do normally if I'm in the office all the time. Because, and this will lead to my next statistic, I don't have to worry about driving to work. I don't have to worry about the stresses of the commute. I'm more productive because I'm more engaged in what I'm doing. And it's been studied and it's been proven time and time again. More time and better health. A number of studies have found that. One of them in particular was the Office of National Statistics, and this is in Great Britain. Now think about your daily commute. The average daily commute is probably 1 hour per day at least, and oftentimes it can be even greater than that. I know I lived in the DC area before. I lived close to Baltimore and drove to Northern Virginia. My average commute without traffic was an hour, one way. When there was traffic around the Beltway, easily 2 or even 3 hour commute. Think about the stresses that has on the people that work there. Do you really want to dive in and help a customer out a lot after you've been cut off many times driving down I-4 or been in standstill traffic? Think about the stresses you have at the end of the day when you're coming home. How does that affect your health and your family's health as well? It has a negative impact, and it's been studied that stress causes negative health issues as well. The summary of all this, as you can imagine, I'm all for telecommuting. We're a technology company. We have the resources available. There's technology out there to make it easier to collaborate online. Most of the work that we do is consulting work, and we're working for clients outside of our local area. Really, there's no reason why we can't enable this more. The risk of not doing it is great because we are losing against other companies that are offering this, that are enabling their workers to work remotely. I think the risk is clear and the data is clear. Let's enable our workers to work remotely, and we'll see our company's growth. There's always a transition phase, and there could be a pilot program to start this, but let's do this. And now, I would like to open up the forum to questions and answers. Yes, sir, Mr. Scott Brown.
There's additional research done by the Hay Group and by the Pew Group that has both found that telecommuting actually reduces the effectiveness of workers with their efficiency and also increased costs due to people shopping online, the infrastructure to set up people working remotely. How do you rectify the two different types of studies?
There will be different parts of tech workers that will benefit from telecommuting. There's some that obviously it would not make sense. On average, the ones that are most successful are ones that have a college degree normally, and this is part of a study as well, have a college degree and they're more experienced in what they're doing. A new person, let's say that has coming right out of college, and it can be possible, but it needs to be monitored. You have to have set goals. You have to produce a certain amount of things, whatever you produce, by the end of a period. And the manager, of course, needs to be on top of that. Because if you're not producing, then whether you're in the office or you're working remotely, then that's a ding on the manager and on the worker. The manager needs to be on top of that. And if they're not producing outside of the office, then bring them into the office. But start slow. Start with 1 day a week. Start with 2 days a week. See how it works. That's how I would take it from that perspective. Yes, sir, Darren.
I heard you talk about this for technology industry. You know, if I own a company, I have technology workers and non-technology people, support staff, things of that nature. Would telecommuting apply just to my technology group, or could I apply it to other parts of my industry as well, my legal team or others?
It is very possible to apply it to other parts, whether it be legal, HR, because again, if your workers are remote, then what is the purpose of having the legal person in the office if everyone is remote? We can collaborate online. Same thing with HR. If you need to have a discussion, there's phone, or you can still have meetings outside of the office, for example, lunch meetings, or come into the office just for a conference. It's not that they would be 100% remote. You can still do that mix. I have time for one more question. Yes, sir.
Along the same lines as the first question, are there any mechanisms or defined procedures in place to determine if a employee has the aptitude to work remotely or would be a candidate that would waste time?
If that person has been with the company and has been producing well in the office, they would be a likely candidate for working remote, because you already see that they're productive in the office. I mean, you could be very unproductive and still be in the office. Anybody, unless it's blocked, you can go online, Amazon, Facebook, and YouTube, watch cat videos and anything unless it's blocked. The end result is production. What are you producing? Are you producing results? And for me, looking at it from a manager's perspective, you know what? I don't mind if you go online during the day and go on Amazon or Facebook, but at the end of the day, are you producing results? Am I getting the code that I need on time? Am I getting the sales presentation on time? If that's the case, you manage your time. And I'm happy with the results that you produce. Thank you very much.